Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft on the Block, TerraFirmaCraft. This is the Beta 2 Pre-44 Let's Play again, and I got frame rate issues to start off with, so hold on a sec. Sorry about that. Seems like it evened out. I always get that 15 lock. I gotta figure out why Fraps is doing that. I probably should need to upgrade or update. Anyway, okay. So I've sorted a lot of stuff out, and I just want to kind of give you a quick tour. I'm going to do two things. Well, first off, let me just say this. This has been a very difficult series for me because I'm not sure exactly. I've been putting a lot of time into it. I've been focusing on it. I'm not sure exactly where to be recording, where not, and there's a lot of stuff that I just need to do and kind of get into. And so in the last episode I talked about getting tools and everything and getting set up, and we have done that. So I've got full suit of copper armor. I got the copper sword. I got a bunch of pickaxes, and I've actually been through a few of those. I'll talk about that. I got backups of most of this stuff. Got a copper saw, which I don't know if I showed you guys. The saw is very slick. You use the saw to so when you, instead of using an axe, if you use a saw on a single piece of log, you'll get 3 planks out of it instead of 1. So that's very, very, very helpful. You can see I got a fair amount of charcoal, and that's nothing. I had probably a chest full of charcoal, but I burned through so much of it because I've been making so many tools and so many things. And then this is all tetrahedrite. You can see that I got, well, this should give you some idea of how much ore that and that are filled with unshaped silver, which I'm not using. So yeah, I guess I need to start with, I haven't even shown you guys this. So this is just my little sky forge. It's starting to come together. I'm somewhat happy with it. It's just, fair amount of storage, and I'm not full up yet in here, so it's working all right. This is where I'm keeping all the plans. I've made basically everything, I think. I didn't make a stone. I didn't make a hoe yet or anything like that, but what else? Yeah, got a copper hammer. Been through a few chisels. Yeah, so anyway, I just kind of did what I thought looked cool. So, and then I put this up because one of the things I'm going to do is kill myself up here if I'm not careful. So I've been putting up the railing, and I'm kind of happy with it. Like if we go up here and look, I think it looks pretty decent. Like this is, so I put, those are 2 high just stacked on top of a 2x2 post. And then these are all the same thing, but then these are 5x5s, 2 high 5x5s, basically quarter slab, or quarter, I don't know, whatever you'd call it, quarter square. And then, yeah, just kind of give it that little design. And then up here is the second, that's the second bloomery, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do up here. I'm probably going to do something very similar, put a railing up here. And yeah, and that's about it as far as this goes. I've been just planting this tree. I've just been planting this tree and hacking it down periodically, so I've been picking up a fair amount of sycamore wood. I believe it's sycamore. And let's see. Okay, so yeah. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I don't want to sleep yet. Well, I think I do. One thing to notice, those trees, it's now, what, early summer, and those trees are full on, got leaves, and they're blooming and very pretty. I don't see any fruit yet, but I don't know how that works. I haven't done any looking into that at all. Let's go ahead and sleep. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you around just kind of what I've done, and then I'm going to head off, and really the next thing we got to do, well, I could do some gold panning. Maybe we could do a little bit of that. I could do some gold panning or some panning, show you how that mechanic works at least. And then, yeah, let me do this. I think I'm going to get the saw just because I don't want to waste wood when I don't have to. I think if I was to, let's see, the way it used to work at least was you would go like that, get the bowls, take one bowl, and turn that into a pan. But that's not the recipe anymore. Maybe it was a stone bowl or something? I bet it was a stone bowl. Let me take a look. I'll be right back. All right, never mind. I think gold paning's been removed, so forget about that for now. No need to worry about it. Yeah, okay. Which is unfortunate. I never actually got to try it. That's too bad. I don't know if the sluice is still there. I thought you had to have a sluice to work the gold pan, but anyway. All right, so yeah, what we're going to do today is we're going to head out and try to find just a new place to mine, and I'll show you kind of what I've been doing and how I plan on doing it. Okay, so anyway, this is the new entrance. So this is just kind of cool. I'll show you something about this. You can see there's some cobble down there. I had a cave-in when I was going down here, and it was really interesting. Let's see. I think it was right here. There's a spider. I think I was mining right down here off the ceiling, and the cave-in occurred, and there was another tree down there which I chopped down, and the cave-in had fallen on top of it. It goes through the leaves, but it was stuck on some wood, and it looks silly. But anyway, it's kind of cool because now it looks like ruins, which I think is kind of awesome. And there's also some of it over here, like right there. You can see a little bit of it. So yeah, the cave-ins are crazy. This is all from me cutting out pieces of smooth stone as I was mining down. I didn't want to do a 3x3, so I just did this. Because of this left block, whenever I was mining, would be a piece of smooth stone, and I had to get the left side of it. So anyway, down here is, well, so this is the kind of the original mine office, right? This is where I've got all these chests, and that's where we found the sphalerite. And this probably looks familiar. The bridge is right out there, right? So that comes down into there, and then it goes out that way. Oop, that's not it. It also goes this way up to the secondary mine, which is actually really the primary mine. That's the tetrahedrite mine down there. And this goes out to the mine camp is what I've been trying to call this. So this is the couple of these pits that I've been using. And this is the farm area. So I've got it pretty much maxed out as far as I wanted to go for right now. I'll make a better farm, but I'm going to start collecting seeds. Go ahead and put that in there. So yeah, so that's where we're at. This is just nothing fancy. And then obviously you can go over the bridge. You've seen that. And then this is that entry exit right here. And here I've done a couple of things. One, this goes down, let's see. I'm trying to remember what all I've done. So, that goes down to bedrock through a couple of different biomes. I didn't find anything interesting except for at the very bottom I found, oh, right, that's right. At the very bottom I found, stairs don't help so much going down when there's this stuff on your head. I thought they might. That's too bad. Makes going down way too slow. I need to cut those. So I'm going to have to start doing that differently because that's just slow moving. Did I already pass a side tunnel? I think one's right here. So this goes all the way to bedrock, and you can see right down there lava, right? And then here's another one that goes this way to bedrock. Actually, it doesn't. This one just goes to, until I realized that I had already, it's the same biome as this, because I really wanted to just see what the biomes had to offer. And then there's a side tunnel down here, right down there, I won't take you down, which cuts into the, I don't know, Swamp 5 the other way. So I didn't find any, I was just basically looking to see if I could find granite, because I have a single piece of granite in one of my chests, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I like stumbled into a granite biome in one of my mines and I just like barely nicked into it and wasn't paying attention, but I have a piece of granite and I don't know where it came from, which is really strange. But I haven't spent too much time dinking around with it, except that I did go down this way and continue on a little bit just to see where it would take us. So yeah, I went down just a little bit farther past our original mine spot where the tetrahedrite is. And that's still, there's a ton of it down there. We're still going to use it. We're definitely going to need it to make our bronze once we find the cassiterite, but the cassiterite is the missing ingredient. So right now it's the most important part. Let's think about this for a second. I was thinking about taking, I need some let's see, I'm going to take a couple of stacks of willow instead, just 2 full stacks of that for supports or whatever else I might need. I can get other stuff on the way. Been taking chisels. I'm going to take some chests in case we need to set up shop. Got some food, got a bunch of torches, got all of the tools that I think we'll need right away, and then obviously we can make some more with rock. I got my arrow and my bow and stuff. So anyway, we're basically set for some adventuring. So here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you've seen basically all the interesting stuff there is to see as far as the new stuff I've done. The Skyforge is starting to look pretty cool. So I wasn't really in love with it at first, but now I'm starting to dig it. So anyway, you can see some of the holes where we have the stairway. I just think I really do think that ended up being a pretty cool looking place to have our mountain with our mine entrance there, and well, our mine and Skyforge entrance. And so anyway, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that's enough of me rambling. So I'm going to go, I could use another cow. If I find some cows on my journey, I'm going to bring some leather back because I need to make one more bellows up there. And I think what I'm going to do, my plan right now, I couldn't decide if I should head out. I should have done this while I was up top because it would have been a more interesting view from up there. I can't figure out or decide whether I want to head out towards the desert and cross it that way, see what's over there on the other side of that, or if I want to head out over these mountains over here, which I'm doing a really poor job of finding. There we go. Head out that way, and there's some additional mountains and stuff. If I escape, they'll load in, I think. So I'll make that decision. I know I'm already just rambling on. So let me try to decide. We're going to go do some adventuring. I don't want to get too far away. I'm just basically going to find the next interesting biome and then dig straight down. So when I get back there, I'll come back and show you what I found. Just a sec. All right, guys, I didn't get very far, and I wanted to show you one more thing. Dang it, hold on. There we go. It's about bedtime, but I brought a bed anyway. This right here, this is peat. This is something I forgot to mention all along the way, and I guess maybe I just hadn't seen it or whatever, but this you can burn. So you can just dig this up. It'll just become kind of like dirt in your inventory, except for it's peat, and you can put that in a campfire. So that's actually really good to have around. I haven't ever actually used it, but it would be something, early on. I'm not sure how it burns, honestly. I don't even know. It must burn pretty well because there's got to be some point to having it around. So this is a kind of a mound of peat right here, and that's pretty cool. So it's easier to, one thing is it's easier to keep around for a fuel because you don't have to stack, logs of piles of 4. I think it stacks a lot higher. So anyway, something to think about. I didn't get very far, like I said, so I'm going to keep trucking, but we'll go take a look and I'll be back. All right, guys, I didn't get very far again, but I just found this tree and I was watching it, and these things were expanding, this red, and when I just broke one of the leaves like that, I got cherries. Now, I don't know if I can eat cherries. Let's see. Yeah, I can eat cherries. So that's cool. That'll be a cool way for us to have some food, so we can start to get, and I'm sure that's going to turn into other stuff where you can do like baking or I don't know what else is going to be, but anyway, so that's something to keep an eye on. What was this? Hill 6 edge. So we're still in that, man, that Hill 6 edge kind of just like wraps around this place, but there's no, I guess I did run into some Hill 6. Anyway, I thought you guys would find that interesting. I'll keep an eye open for other stuff, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back, and we're staring at the sky. Sorry about that. A couple of things. So there's some really interesting stuff has been going on. I went back and watched a little bit of the video. It's been days since I recorded, literally days, probably even more than that, maybe a week, which is days still, but it's been a long time. Anyway, point being that I've done quite a bit of digging, a lot of digging, and in fact, I actually installed a pre-46B. So I'm up to the latest patch as of right now, and wanted to come back here and get rid of some of this wood. Let me talk you through a couple of things that I'm doing here. So this place is going to be cassiterite prospecting camp, and that's what that means. Anything else I want to leave here? Probably a lot of stuff I want to leave. Let's see. Do I have any room in this chest? I've done a little bit. Well, I've just set this up, and the reason that I'm calling this the cassiterite prospecting camp is because I believe it holds something that we've been looking for, which is very low level granite. If you look at this, we're in a forest 7, and I'm at level 145 right here. At about level 40, I believe, forest 7 turns into granite. And I found a gigantic cave in forest 7. And I'm going to take you over to that now and just kind of show you what I've been doing. So when I cut out the video, I was just kind of looking for a place to do some work, and so to set up a mine camp and start mining. Well, I found one. And then I decided, and then it took me, I found tons of huge caves, all kinds of stuff I'll show you, but nothing at all in the way of ore, zero of any kind of ore. So then I just kind of was strolling around. I strolled over the mountain this way, and I found this, which is surface deposits of sphalerite. And this has a very large sample of sphalerite. So what I'm going to do is grab this. Remember, sphalerite can be smelted in a fire pit. And I was just going to grab some of this sphalerite and take it back to my cassiterite camp, because the other thing in beta 46 is that, and you can actually see the rock hardnesses have all been buffed to make it a lot more difficult to mine ores. Well, to mine everything. So this pick should be doing it. It's basically acting like a stone pick. And if I had a stone pick right now, it would be taking forever to mine this stone. So as soon as I installed that update, you can, obviously I didn't create a new world, but as soon as I installed that update, I was blown away by how difficult it was to mine. And they said basically what they're trying to do is keep people from just never making metal pickaxes, because apparently people feel like they don't have to have a metal pickaxe because it's just not necessary. And it's kind of true. A stone pickaxe works just about as well, considering the work you have to go through to get the metal stuff. I've noticed a couple of weird bugs in this one. When I put sticks in a fire pit, they just automatically turned into torches, and when I put meat in, it just automatically cooked immediately. So that, I'm guessing, is some sort of a bug. But they've also made it to where you get more metal out of ores, so we're going to test that out with this sphalerite. They've made it to where, well, I'll come back here. We know there's a large deposit of sphalerite, and we found some surface stuff, so I got the real easy stuff. We'll come look around a little bit more. The pickaxe now, the prospector's pick now does a 25 by 25 by 25 area instead of 25 by 25 by 13, so it's going to be the same height as it is width and depth. So that's interesting. There's some other changes that were made. I can't remember all of them, but yeah, the hardness of the of the stone is one of the major ones for me. It made a big difference because I was mining a ton, and then it just became so much harder. It was happening. I was able to do it pretty quickly, and then everything changed. So I'm heading back to the abandoned mine camp. This is where I had set up shop, and I thought I was really on track. I thought I was going to find I was basically just going to mine in every direction from there. And what I realized was that wasn't going to be possible, again, due to the buffing of the rock hardness. It was going to be a lot harder to just mine in a direction. But this thing is still going, that thing has been sitting there forever. But watch this. Put a stick in, it just turns straight into a torch. And if you cook stuff, it just cooks immediately. And it's not going out because that thing's been sitting there for a long time. So there's something wacky with that. But I set up a little bit of a shop here. I got a lot of granite, and I brought a lot with me over to the other place. So anyway, the idea is that because I can't use stone picks, I'm going to go ahead and use some sphalerite, and I'm going to make iron picks or zinc picks at the other spot with a stone anvil and hammer and whatnot. It should be pretty easy to do. What else? Yeah, so this is just nuts, but I think it does feel, it feels very, and something about the usage of coal. I wish I didn't bring up the the change log, but there's something about the usage of coal as well. I think no. This is just a little deposit of this is, oh, what is that? Sulfur. These are sulfur deposits. You can knock that off and get sulfur. I don't know what it's used for, but you can get it. I usually just leave it because I haven't found a use for it yet. So I came down here and I started going this way. This was at about level 45, and I decided that I was going to dig off because I actually had dug a different spot and I knew what was down below this as far as the rock type. This rock type continues to the bottom of the biome that I was in. So if we go all the way down here, we're going to find an opening into some caves, and this is at least worth looking at because these caves are amazing. Let's see. They're not safe though. So yeah, so these are some gigantic caves, and what I was going to show you, so they go way down, they go all the way down to lava. This is all granite. So when I hit this down this low and I saw that it extended down, I was like, jackpot. I thought for sure that this was it. This was the one. But I was wrong. We did not find a single bit of ore. So I mean, I've gone all over, prospected all over the place, nothing of interest. Some very cool rocks. There's the sedimentary, there's that stuff, which I think is gneiss maybe, or who knows. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. I wanted to see how far that castorized prospecting camp is. It's only 157 meters away. I was hoping that I wasn't going to just dig down into this same, well, it's 157 meters. Yeah, surface meters, because I think I would be at 0 if I was directly below it. So the farthest I have gone, I actually mined this way just a little bit, and this is a different biome. That's if I was to step into that, let's just do it real quick. I think that's that desert biome. Yep, desert 3. So yeah, right over there is on the other side of that, and if I dig the opposite direction, I'm not going to hit these caves. So I've still got a good chance of coming down into granite at a different point and having a better shot at striking it. Because I think in a large Forest 7 biome at level, we're at 36. I think this goes all the way to bedrock with granite. So it's a very deep granite deposit. You can see that it goes up quite a way. In fact, I don't even know how high it goes, but it goes up a long way. I think this whole thing is granite. Hello. They're not very smart. With this deep of a granite deposit, we've got to find some cassiterite. And if we do, it's going to be a very large vein, and we will never have to find cassiterite again. So that was really, that was the intent. That's what I came out looking for, because if we can do that, if we can get to some cassiterite, it's a whole different ballgame. That if we have unlimited supply of cassiterite, we've got everything that we need to continue on through all levels. Well, we're going to have to still find, yeah, you can see this is really cool. We're still going to have to find, we've got copper, which will allow us to make bronze. So it's not going to be a big deal to get all the bronzes and get into that age. But we are going to have to find iron and stuff. But again, that's once we get up to the bronze level, that won't be that hard. So anyway, I'm talking your ear off. You've seen the stuff that I wanted you to see, so I'm going to go back and start the process of mining in that cassiterite, or in that Forest 7 biome, and I probably will dig a little bit more for some more tin because I'm going to need some more tools. I kind of was thinking about whether or not I should go back to... I might have to, actually. I'm trying to decide whether I want to go back to the Skyforge to do my forging of some new tools, or if I should just stick here. The Skyforge is only, well, you can see it's 315 meters away, so it's not that far. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go make a few more new sets of tools over there instead of trying to do it in a fire pit at the new mine. Go drop some of this junk off. Did I bring... Hopefully I didn't, yeah, hopefully I didn't put all... Well, I put most of the granite in that other chest, but that's okay. I'll drop a lot of this junk off. Maybe even get some wood and some saws, make some extra chests and stuff. I'll go make another mining expedition kit like I did when I started out, and get myself set up for mining over there. And then I'll come back. I think we're probably close to 30 minutes, but I'll come back when I get down into the granite on that side and see where we're at and what we found, and I'll update you then. Thanks. Because I'm back at the Skyforge as promised. going to get some tools ready. I actually am now back on the pre-44 build. I tried to smelt ore, and maybe I just wasn't patient enough, and it could have been a coincidence, but sphalerite should smelt very easily, and it didn't. So I was actually kind of bummed about that, because I was looking forward to the larger amounts of ore. Supposedly you smelt things and you get larger amounts of ore now, but I couldn't get it to smelt at all. I left them. I basically used a whole stack in... What just happened? Did those not actually... Maybe I need to remove the sphalerite first. So let me go see. Yeah, anyway, so there's some zinc. And the ore just fell in. So this will be an interesting... We'll see. That stuff should smelt super fast, that zinc, especially in a bloomery. This still has not smelted. So maybe I just wasn't being patient enough. But yeah, I was kind of looking forward to the larger... No, see, it's smelting immediately. So there was just something weird going on with the smelting in the 46B. So I came back to the 45. I will mess with that a little bit. I don't know if it was something to do with my installation. That's an unfortunate tree situation. I don't know if it was something with my installation or what, but that's not good. So I will let you guys know if I find anything else about that. But yeah, it's not going to be fun to play if you can't smelt ores. And I'm surprised that, because he did a hot fix for 46. That's why I'm on 46B. Which I would have thought, yeah, see, that's already smelted down. So that zinc is, ooh, I didn't even get a full one out of that. So yeah, it would have been nice to get the additional, would have been nice to get the additional yield from the ores, which is what I was looking forward to. Maybe what I'll do is just a totally fresh install. Just to kind of let you know, what I did here was, copied so from multi-MC, I use multi-MC. From multi-MC, I copied my 44 instance, my pre-44 instance, and and deleted the config files, installed 45 over the top, which should be fine. I did have to reinstall Optifine on it because I started losing water. I wasn't able to see any water. So I don't know if that has something. There was a new version of Optifine. It might be that the new version just fixed the problems, or it could be that there's something wrong with copying the files in multi-MC or copying the instance. But I've done that before on plenty of occasions, and it seemed to work fine, so I'm a little surprised. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and work this, continue to get these shaped and created into the new tools that I need, and I will come back once I have that, and we'll head back over to... Oh, my waypoints aren't here. I just realized, because the waypoints didn't get copied over. So we'll see. I'll figure something out. I might have to copy the waypoints back over here if we're going to use this one. But I'll be right back. All right, guys, just another quick update. I decided to go ahead and go to pre-45 instead of 44. The pre-45 gives you the Prospector pick scan radius increase, so you get the 25 by 25 by 25. So I'm still just kind of working. I got a copper pickaxe head, got some more copper, working on getting some zinc. I forgot how you have to let it go down to very hot, so it has to cool way down. But that's okay. I'm going to keep working on it. So yeah, the 46 stuff, it's apparently there's just heat bugs. The heat system is just jacked up in general. All the things that people were reporting, I was seeing as well. Like if I would just put a piece of charcoal in here, the fire would the forge would just start burning right away without lighting it, and that used to not be the case. Like right now, if I put a piece of charcoal in there, it's not just going to light up. I have to go get a fire starter and light it, and then it would never burn out. It would just sit there at the lowest heat setting, and it would always burn, which is what we saw with the fire pit as well. So anyway, very buggy in 46, so I would skip 46 if I were you, and wait for 47 or whatever's coming out next. I really do want to have the increased ore rate, but what I'm going to get here, and so I'm basically trading off the increased ore yield when smelting for easier mining, which is what I'm getting ready to go do anyway. So that'll be all right for us. I've also talked to a lot of people on the forums and stuff, and it seems like basically the nothing, no ore, and I think we talked about this before, but no ore generates above 135 at all, period. Starter ores will generate in small chunks anywhere below 135. And so you can just kind of, if you wander far and wide with a prospector's pick and just kind of click the ground, especially with the new scan radius of the prospector's pick, you could eventually pick up some starter ores, some zinc and some tin just by walking around. So that might be something worth doing, spending the first couple of hours that you play, just making, get yourself a bed, a prospector's pick, and a couple of stone pickaxes, and just walk around just like huge amounts of the map trying to find surface ores, and make sure that you keep an eye on where you're at. Try to stay in valleys below 135 or whatever. And I think that would be a helpful way to go about getting some starter ores. That way you could get a fair amount of zinc and tin before you settle down, and then it would be more important to settle down somewhere where you wouldn't have to worry so much about settling down where you're going to find casterite lower, because it does make the starting position situation very difficult. Like there's no way of knowing, for instance, especially now that we're going to be having more difficult times mining with stone pickaxes, it's going to be even harder to get down to the really low levels before you have any metal tools. And so it's hard to know, like, okay, 120 layers below me at any given point, what's down there? Is there granite down there or whatever? It used to be that you could find granite on the surface and then mine around there. Well, now you need to know where is there granite way down. And since you can't know that without mining down, it's going to be a lot harder. So it might be worth, like we got lucky. We know now that if we go to any Forest 7 biome, we can find granite down below somewhere from like 50 down to the bedrock, which is perfect. So we just look for 4-7 biomes and we can mine there, and if we're looking for casterite. So that'll be really good for us, but that's very difficult to do early on. So anyway, I'm totally rambling, but I wanted to just kind of share that with you. I'm going to keep going here. It looks like I'm going to have to, I talked my way straight through where I needed to heat the copper. So yeah, this is the way it should work. I should have to light that. Anyway, all right, I'm going to keep building some tools and I'll be back with you. All right, guys, quick update. Made a bunch of pickaxes. I got 3 pickaxes, got an extra prospector's pick. I didn't make another shovel, but I did make a zinc saw. A saw's handy, and I have this one, which is going to last more or less forever, but I nailed this one. I got a perfect saw. Made another sword, so I actually did quite a bit of work getting ready to go. So got a couple stacks of torches, got a bow with some arrows. I think I got everything. I'm going to drop this off downstairs, go pick up the food from the farm real quick, make some more bread, get that replanted, and then I'm on my way. So I will head back over to the casterite prospecting camp and start my digging, and I'll get set up over there. I got some chests and stuff. So once I get over there and get rolling, I will come back and let you know how it goes. All right, guys, one thing that would be interesting to note, this is my surface fowlerite deposit, and I just realized this is at 152. So I found 151 at least, and there was some over there, which is 150. So I know that there's a lot more under the surface here, but we found surface ores at 152, and that was in a world generated in 44. And I believe 44 was supposed to have had the new ore gens. So, yeah, I don't know what to take of that, but I think it means at the very least that it's not just cut and dry that you're going to not find ores above 130, whatever. However, that's the first ores I found anywhere close to that. So it may be that is more of a realistic, well, your best bet is to go down lower, I guess, is the point. But we did find some at 152. Just wanted to show you that. So anyway, I'm back over here, going to get set up and ready to start rocking and rolling, and I will check back with you guys shortly. All right, guys, I didn't get very far, but another really kind of interesting piece of information I thought you guys might enjoy. This is granite. Yeah, that's granite. And Forest 7 has granite also in its bottom layer rock. So it's the top layer rock here, and it's also the bottom layer rock. I think I would probably, had I known that this was, if I had just been running around on the surface looking for a place to mine, I would have found this. I would have said, oh, well, maybe I can prospect some, you know, casterite here. And then I would have said, nah, I can't find any. And I would have moved on, because I wouldn't have thought that you would have the same rock layer twice in a biome. But that is apparently incorrect. So, yeah, that's worth mentioning, I think. So just because you found granite at the top layer doesn't mean you're not going to find it lower. And I don't know how, if there's any, it's probably totally random. So I don't know if it's possible to have the same rock layer. I know that most of them have to have at least 3, so I don't think you can have the same rock layer on every layer, so you couldn't find just like granite top to bottom. But I just thought that was interesting, and you can see that the mining is a lot quicker. I don't know if I showed you guys. Yeah, I think I did. But anyway, it's much, much quicker with the 45 than the 46. So prepare yourselves for the future, where stone pickaxes are going to be much less useful, but they are still going to work here, and metal will even get you better results. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. All right, guys, I'm back, and I am slightly disillusioned right now, I would say, is a good description. So I feel like I'm really doing this right. I have been just kind of grinding it out, seeking the lower levels, seeking the correct stone types, and, you know, these big caves and whatever, and just grinding to try to find some ores. And I haven't found any ores, let alone any casterite. So I'm not exactly sure what to do, but let me show you. So this is going to be the end of this video. Let me kind of show you what's going on here. This is a big cavern. I'm actually in a swamp 6, I think. Yes. So let me show you this. So I actually mined from the spot where we started back over again, where I was saying that I was going to mine down. So this right here is actually granite, right? And you would totally expect to find some casterite somewhere in this, because I'm at level 29. So this should look somewhat familiar, because this is actually my big cave system that I found over at that other place, right? So I've mined all the way over here, and this will take you up, and then this would all look very familiar. This should just look familiar. Well, let me take you back through here. So well, 2 things. One thing that's extremely interesting, I think, is that when so I'm mining in a forest 7, right? Thinking that I'm just going to dig down to around 40 something or 50 something or 60, whatever it was, and hit this granite layer. Well, that's not what happened. I hit a basalt layer. And let me show you that. So, okay, so here's another whole huge expansive cavern. This isn't the same one. Didn't find a single bit of ore anywhere in this, and I've checked out all the side caverns and whatever. This goes down. You can see that this is basalt, and this is a forest 7, right? It seems like a seamless forest 7, but it must be 2 different biomes. So I must be wrong about the fact that a forest 7 biome is a forest 7 biome no matter where it is. It must be that a forest 7 biome has, well, the thing that, yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can say that's interesting about it is that the top level in this forest 7 biome, where I found this basalt, has granite as the top layer. I don't know if that's actually interesting or relevant to the conversation or not. I really don't know. Maybe they have the same layers, but they're just in a different order in different biomes, or I have no idea. So anyway, I went ahead, and that's kind of a cool look, though. I smoothed and stared it, so you can do with this, you can set it to smooth stone, and it will smooth the stone, and it kind of just basically bevels it a little bit and makes it a little shiny, and that's kind of cool looking. I like that. So anyway, we can make some cool stairs, but that is a different story. So let me show you something else interesting. This is going to be a really long episode, and I'm not going to have done anything, which is frustrating. But so I was mining down. This is actually kind of funny. So I'm mining down, hit right here, and a huge cave-in happened because I was mining into the top of a cave, and basalt is very unstable. And so this huge cave system, which goes all over the place, all caved in. It's actually kind of cool, and it made a big mess. But then there's a whole cave system over here that I explored. Apparently I hit the... Oh, no, that's a... So I've explored some of this. No ore, not a bit. So anyway, yeah, I really do feel like we're doing this right. And I've found 2 very low-level granite deposits, which makes me think that we should have found some casterite. But anyway, so that's kind of just what I wanted to show you and whine a little bit about. So anyway, I'm going to keep it up. I'm not going to give up, even though I kind of feel like I want to. And got to find some casterite, man. Got to do it. So what I might do is just pick up shop again. I mean, I went through, I had 4 picks, right? The good news is that I did find basalt, which is a really cool stone to use in building and stuff. So we'll have some of that. But I think I'm just going to pick up shop again. This right here, this is also a little disturbing. Well, not disturbing, but it's a bummer because this is layer 139. Well, 138 is the highest granite rock layer, or the lowest granite rock layer in this 7 biome that's up high. So I probably won't even be able to find anything in that layer at all. So I think what I'm going to do, this is a really cool area though. This forest 7 biome is pretty sweet. It's got sequoias, it's got the white cedars, the white maples, the white oaks, white cedars, maples, all kinds of great trees. So it's a really good biome. Just doesn't happen to have any ores in it apparently. So this is kind of, we've had this happen before. It just goes this way. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to pick up and just start roaming around on the surface and see if I can't, I don't know, see if I can't find some low kind of valleys that might have some surface ores and just prospect there and see if I get lucky. I've got enough food to roam around for a while. I can just pick my bed up and go. So yeah, let me show you. I got a ton of stone. Let's see. Yeah, a bunch of rock, granite, basalt, diorite, rhyolite, which I don't even really know what that is. That was shale. Some shale. Who knows where that comes from? Just as you're mining along. So yeah, anyway, I'm just whining now and droning on. So I'm going to keep it up. We will come back and hopefully I will have better luck next time. And I'll let you know what I found. So we'll see. It may be a while before I have another video recorded. You guys may not notice a lag, but oh, that's the other thing. You still get cobblestone when a creeper blows up. It doesn't turn it into rocks. It still turns it into cobblestone, which I thought was interesting as well. So yeah, so I'll get it figured out. Get a plan. We'll come back and we'll do something interesting. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up. Sorry for the bummer of an episode, but leave me feedback. If I'm doing something wrong and you know it, let me know. Yeah, all that stuff. So follow me on Twitter, MinecraftOTB, Facebook.com/MinecraftOTB, and I will talk to you guys next time.